Trinnov is expandable too. You definitely pay a premium for that.
Sure. And then the upgrade, what do they call it? Like the upgradability down the road, you know?
Yeah.
So,
you know what's funny about stuff that's
Trinnov
expensive
just
like this,
came
though?
out with like.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Because it didn't Trinnov just expand their altitude 16 is now technically in altitude 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they can do that through like firmware, right?
Yeah.
Updates. Yeah. Man.
You gotta be so much bots. Yeah, I already got that second one.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta be click on the links.
With my experience with stuff that's very expensive like that is a lot of times, you know, you don't know until you use it, and then you start using it. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, it shows you a visualization. Like you find all these little things that make it kind of cool.
Yeah.
Whether it's worth it, I don't know. It's not that so much that, but for the most part, if you're somebody with a lot of money and you just don't have time to look, you're just like, I don't have to. Just give me the best one. Can you just? What's the best one? Okay, it's a lot more expensive. Okay, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
At least you know you're safe. For the most part, if you buy something expensive like that, it's probably not going to suck, right? Whereas it's kind of the opposite. Now we're talking about the inexpensive pre-pros. My mind goes to like,
what they cut?
How bad is it? You know, like is it up to the level?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the opposite, right? Whereas with the other one, you expect it better be good. Right?
They put everything in. I mean, reliable.
But in all honesty, do these pre-pros need to be $3,000? Couldn't there be a $1,500 one or a $2,000 one? Like, I don't understand why it all of a sudden, like this is the bare minimum, $3,000.
Well,
why is MC1? The MC1 for Emotiva is only 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. This is just very recently, right? If we're talking about like home theater for like, you know, the last like 10, 15 years, the pre-pros have always been those like, oh, hey, let's just put the kitchen sink in this thing, you know, instead of having a mid-tier. Obviously, they don't want to like cannibalize the sales on their other options. But I mean,
think about this though, too, Chana. Typically, that separates is geared for almost like a different target audience.
Oh, sure.
You know, I mean, it's kind of like Trinnov. I mean, they're not trying to reach the masses. Per Listen is not looking to, you know, capture the global market and like all the shares. I mean, they're looking at a specific kind of group of people that they want to target, and that's who they're aiming for. So I'm wondering if that may play a role in it too.
I wonder how much of it is actually like licensing fees. Like, you know, you have to get a license for using HDMI, and
but how does that
get the right HDMI board?
Oro, you know, that's an extra cost, right? If they say, oh, yeah, I want Oro in this, okay, you got to pay for the license.
Right.
So I don't know how much all that
but you can get that in like a Denon AVR.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the question is, why is it more expensive?
Yeah, like why is there this big jump? I mean, granted, you've got, you know, the high-end Denon, even not their flagship, but the one that's pretty high up there. Even the when I reviewed the SR8015 at the time, it was $3,000. So now you're kind of putting a flagship AVR, and then the processor is like $2,200 at that time. But the difference is you got to spend a lot of money on the amplification, so you end up spending more. So
yeah,
I know. I think if anything, preamps should be less because they don't have amps.
Have an amplifier, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, got less in the
sense, man. But here's the thing, that they were. So again, I don't know the current prices, but when I reviewed the SR8015, that was a $3,000 processor. Okay, and then AVR. Their equivalent to that, minus an amplifier, processor only, was the AV7706, and that was only $2,200.
Yeah,
so it's $800 cheaper than the AVR. So in essence, yes, it is. But what you're trying to do is you're comparing maybe a Denon AVR to a Trinnov, and you're going, what's the difference? Well, it's a different market. They have a different target audience.
Yeah. And now the prices are much different. The 7706 is $3,000.
Yeah, now I don't even.
The Denon AVR is $3,200. The Yamaha A8A is $3,200 also. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It just seemed a little counterintuitive. I mean, obviously you have to buy amplifiers. But if anybody out there is listening, you know, my best advice would be just invest in some halfway decent amplifiers, run it with your AVR, And if you can, you know, do like I got a 5-channel, then I got a second 5-channel, all 10 speakers, you know, are powered externally. Oh, yeah, let's try out this pre-pro. It's not like I really wanted to buy it, you know, and you know, so
I'll take it even one step back from that, Chana. I would say, if you're just starting out, use the built-in amps in your AVR.
Yeah.
You know, if you're using a sub, I've said it before, the bass is what takes up all the amplifier power for the most part. See if you need it, depending on the size of your room, what kind of speakers you're driving. You know, you may, if you're happy with it, then that's what it is. You know, you can always upgrade later, but I guess it depends on your budget. If you have money to burn, well, then you know what to do already.
Yeah, or you know, if you wanted some extra oomph, get a 3-channel amp for your front stage and leave it alone. That'll probably give you enough bang for your buck, you know, or get a second sub, or like in Mike's case, 10. You know, whatever.
Get the best speakers you can afford.
Yeah,
I think I would definitely put more money into the speakers,
room acoustics. Yeah,
all that other stuff, because the AVR, the processor is going to change every 5 to
law of diminishing returns after that. So
thanks, FOMO.
Thank you for the super chat. Joe appreciates it.
Yes,
FOMO.
Joe, just another 12 years, Joe.
Yeah, I think I can afford like maybe
the remote.
I don't know, like maybe.
Oh, dude, you got a rolly, bro. Sling the rolly.
Nah, never.
All right. If you would like to join us every week on Mondays at, what time is it? About 6 p.m. Central, which is the best time. That's where I am. Make sure you join us at youtube.com/Daily HiFi. We out.